Hey guys, welcome back to Tracie's Place. Welcome to the first Soapbox Chronicles. I used to do a segment on Tuesdays called Tuesday Talks with Tracie, but since I do mukbangs usually on Tuesday now, I'm going to just go ahead and change the day and then also the title too. And these are just things that I've seen, whether it's on the news or just going on around me in the community or on TV or what have you, that kind of a little pet peevish about are the things that bother me. So I just wanted to come on, and my first one is going to be about taking our children with us. There was this one segment on a news show called Adulting 101. They actually have classes now at community colleges for young adults that don't know how to boil water, that don't know how to keep a checkbook, that don't know how to mend something simple, say like stitch up a sleeve or a hole in a jacket or something like that. They didn't learn it at home from their mothers or older sisters or what have you. So that is just kind of bothersome. So I just wanted to kind of refresh us to get back to some of our old ways into taking our children along with us when we do things. Just like there are some children nowadays that don't know how to, like I said, keep a checkbook. They can't keep a simple budget once they leave home, and just all sorts of things. So when you are going to and from, before you rush and take them over to mama's house or over to your sister's house or something, take your children with you. It will be a blessing for them later on, and a blessing for you too, because people won't say, did your mama teach you nothing? They won't say to your kids, what did your mama teach you? That's one of my fears. I would not want anybody to be asking or wondering about my kids. Did your mama and daddy didn't teach you how to do such and such and so on? So when you go to the bank, take your kids with you. When you go to the tax preparers, buy a car, buy a house, start a garden in your backyard, shoveling the snow or what have you. And even there is somebody that we know, I'll just say that has 2 boys and 2 girls. And they are all grown now. And even when they're in high school, they could have been doing some of these things. But their yard would be all grown up and stuff. And the father worked 2 jobs and, went to school and did this and that. And the mom worked and stuff. And them kids wasn't cutting the grass. Was barely shoveling the snow. And just different things like that. And we'd be like, they got them grown boys over there. And then sometimes you'll see the father, cutting the grass and stuff like that. And it's like, but you got them grown boys there. The daughter could be, I don't know what they was doing in the house. I don't know if they was cooking or nothing like that. I don't know. But the outside of the house is just, and, boys could have been doing that while the father's taking care, working and going to school and stuff. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. When you go to purchase property, when business transactions, take them with you. My parents never, as far as taking, going to daily things, different places like that, they took us with them. So when they went to purchase their properties, I was with them. When they be going to the car dealerships, I was with them. I might have had a coloring book or something like that. Of course, that would be great to take along with your child, but don't think that they're not picking up on anything. They're learning how to communicate with other people. They're learning how to talk as far as, the lingo goes and what not to say and, stuff like that. Because how you present yourself is how people are going to treat you. Whether you want to say it's a shame or not, it's just true. So, everybody has a way that they're comfortable at home to talk and to how they get along or whatever. But there are certain places that you should have another, I don't mean to be fake or phony or anything like that, but to get along in the world and navigate yourself out in the world, you should know how to talk to other people in a business setting, or what have you. So just make sure to take your kids along. Even when they're little, they're still listening, they're still paying attention, and things like that. Just like now, like I was saying, I would not, me and my husband, we would not want people to be saying, what your parents didn't teach you, or why they didn't, teach you this or tell you that. We don't want that said to our children. So the same things that our parents did for us, we try to do for our children, and sometimes even more if we can. Our parents did a lot. Like my husband's mother she had 5 boys, 5 girls. She even taught the boys how to sew and how to cook, because she said, if you don't get married, or if your wife don't know how to do such, you're going to know how to take care of yourself. So that, was a good thing, for them. And then, they knew how to do a lot of things. And my mother, she was more into the business side, so I got more into that. But of course, they had property, they had, just different things that they did. So when they bought vehicles, I was right there, sitting in the little third chair, coloring or whatever, but listening at the same time. I remember my father haggling, my mother and father haggling. They used to haggle prices. It wasn't no come and this is the price you're going to pay. Back then, you haggled prices when you bought a car. So we would be in the dealership for hours. And I remember all of that. When they cleaned up, they had an apartment building that they rented out to tenants. And I remember when they first bought it, I remember going to the real estate agent, I remember going to look at the buildings, I remember cleaning out. I'd have to help. Even when I was little, I did some things, and sometimes I was just sitting on a little bucket or something watching them, but paying attention. They'd be cleaning out the apartments, getting them ready for tenants. And like I said, when they went to the tax preparers, or just different things, I was there. So when I became an adult, I was not a novice at all of these things. Some things I didn't use, because we didn't really go. We had one property when we first got married, and we said we didn't want to be landlords anymore. But we knew what to do at that time. So we weren't novices at a whole bunch of things. Just like right now, my son is following my husband around, because after we got this the carpet done, he's shaving off doors, because the carpet is too high to close some of the doors. So my son is learning how to saw off a door evenly and professionally. My husband teaches, even like my oldest son that's gone away from home now, he could fix on his motorcycle, he could fix on his car and different things, because my husband had him out, under the hood with him and teaching him how to do this and that. And like my daughter, I don't know if you all have seen some of my older videos, but even just this past summer, I have a video with my daughter, and I'm telling her how to cook grits, and she thinks she already knows how to make grits. But anyway, it's a video of us, and she's making grits, and I'm instructing her and telling her, and it is just the funniest thing. But anyway, teach your girls how to cook, and I don't care what nobody say. A man likes a woman that can cook. It's just, if you can't be a gourmet cook, know how to boil some water on the stove, know how to make a simple meal or something. Don't let nobody tell you the pipe dream that you're going to be you're not going to cook and you're going to have a satisfied relationship. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. Most men want a woman that can cook. Just like a woman wants a man to do certain things, a man wants a woman that knows how to cook. And my daughter, she's just gone away to college. When we went to buy her car, she was, of course, right there as her car, but she was right there, in the office and everything with us talking. So she learned how to talk about price and, different things like that. And we looked at several used cars, like personal cars before that, like what you call private owners. So we took the car to our mechanic that checked the car over before we would actually buy it. And my husband, was at work, and me and her went to the mechanic, but he told her what to look for. He didn't tell me to tell her or this and that. He told her what to look for before we went. He said, you look under the hood, you make sure you watch around this area and see if oil is dripping. She said, he said, when the mechanic gets up under the car, you get up under the car. I have pictures because I was clicking. I have pictures of her on the ground at the mechanic's house looking. While he got the car jacked up, she was on the ground looking, and he was showing her things too. My husband shows her different things, so now when she's away, she knows how to check her tire pressure, the tread on her tires. She can check the oil. He has her checking the oil. He told her that before she left. She called back. She's like, Daddy, I got this amount of oil, and I'm good. I can So she knows how to do all that stuff. So teach your children what to do when they're at home. They might not know every single thing, but have them prepared for when they go out. They are not just blindsided by life, and that they can function. Okay, so I just wanted everybody to be mindful, especially some of the young mothers. Now things are just different than the way they used to be, and a lot of people don't sew anymore. We don't have home economics classes in high school anymore. Most people don't. And it's just a lost art. And some people don't even know how to sign their names. They have taken out cursive in the schools. And a lot of kids don't even know how to sign their name. So when they're, they have a document or something legal to sign, and it says, print your name, and then it says signature. They can't sign their names. And I just thought that was just so, oh Lord. I mean, that we learned how to do that in first grade, I think. If not kindergarten. I think first grade. I knew we knew how to do it by second grade. But these kids are in junior high and different things and don't know how to sign their names. Oh, so just take your children with you. Don't always, stick them at babysitters when you're going to do something important. Sometimes it is a chore, I know, but it will be a blessing later on for them and you, but especially for them. All right, so I love you guys, and join me back here at another time for Soapbox Chronicles, and I love you. Be blessed. Bye-bye.